Oh, commercial.
What is that?
It's my Twitch commercial
Oh,
on my phone.
are we sponsored by whoever that was?
No.
It's my
No,
We're
11th month
definitely not
sub
sponsored by
anniversary.
Gillette, I think
you're
is what.
looking. You are looking very HD on my.
HT Bear?
Yeah, HD. He
You
looks
like
very
it?
crisp and less oily.
Are you talking about me?
Perfect.
Yeah,
No.
Fuck off. I'm oily.
no,
What?
less oily.
I know. I'll
Dick.
show you why. Ready? Hold on. Watch my camera. Oh god. Oh, we're gonna break something.
Hang on, have you got
We're gonna break something today, boys.
what
Wait. Oh.
have you done?
Oh Jesus.
New skin
Oh.
regime?
Oh god. No. You can't see these. They're fucking. Can you see that one?
Oh,
I'm
hang
not
on.
looking yet. So.
That is a big light.
Oh
What
yeah.
what
That's
have you
it.
bought there?
Here's the other one. There's two of them. They're
Oh,
just,
have you got box lights?
they're box lights. Yep.
Nice.
Box lights that fucking are 1,000 times bigger than I thought they were gonna be. And I just opened
The
them
dual
today.
set.
It was like $80 or something. And
Yeah,
it's
I think somebody
kind of,
recommended those.
they definitely make the most natural looking light, and I'm just bouncing them off the wall at the moment. But I feel like I have to move my desk or something.
There we go. Oh, that's right in my.
Chocolate, you still haven't figured out the patch. What happened?
Oh, just it's stressed. Okay, I think that's what it is. It's growing in. It's just
Have you
really
thought about
light.
just making one on the opposite side?
I could do. You know, most people have. Hey, KL, what happened to my hair? Got it trimmed.
I think he's
Um,
talking about it looking like you
What?
stuck your finger in an outlet.
Shall I just keep talking like this through the whole episode?
Cover your patch up with a band-aid.
I mean, a lot of times I keep my hand on my face. I touch my face a fuck.
Oh yeah, my hand is on my face the whole podcast.
Can I do that? But
Yeah, just wear a COVID mask, Bear.
Yeah, bear.
that would be the one.
We are
That would be-
socially
I-
distancing.
Find a
Shall I
fucking-
move this way?
Sorry about that, YouTube.
Nope.
Oh, I also bought
This way?
this. This is more for you, Moose, because you have the same mic as me. But I bought a new windscreen that attaches. Oh, where's the camera?
They sent me
Oh.
one with a mic, I thought.
One that looks like it's just like a
Wow.
shield, kind of.
That looks like R2D2.
It does.
Sounds
Brother.
like you're like in another room talking to me right now.
Well, that's because you weren't. Oh, do you not have the video up? I was literally twisting my mic around on Twitch so you could see it.
I'm looking at it on my phone. Chocolate's putting a napkin on his face or something.
God, how delayed are you?
Like 15 seconds, I believe.
I blame Twitch.
Yeah.
Right, let me see if these finally work.
Oh, so it's just like a half curved screen in front of you? I see it. Yeah, now I'm just now seeing it.
Nope, they do not.
Oh, I guess when it's static, it's just kind of you can see part of it. I need to just get a stupid arm for it, but
Do I need that thing?
no, I don't think so. I think it's just.
Okay. I'll save money for an Elgato then.
Elgato.
I still can't find, like, everything's on sale everywhere right now, but not that.
There you go, that will do.
Like, you could literally build a computer on sale on Newegg today. But not a capture card.
Right. Shall we get this started?
No, Bear.
Because I have got to go to
Gonorrhea.
sleep.
Didn't you just
will-
poop?
No, I've got to go to bed at some
Oh.
point.
Boo. Yeah,
Boo.
that's fine.
Okay, I can't find a recap for the treehouse thing, so that's all you, bruh.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
I mean, do you know what Paper Mario
I don't know what
looks
the other
like?
game was. Yeah, I know Mario Party, or Paper Mario, the Origami King, right?
That one.
And you can talk about it. That's right.
I have to look up the other game.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. That's why
I
was
wanted to
looking
call
for
it
a recap.
Mbaku. That's not. Nintendo Treehouse. Why Nintendo Switch reveals keep disappointing fans. Guess we'll click this one. Bakugan, Champions
Bakugan.
of Vestroya.
Yeah, guess where I found that? imore.com. Where the hell?
And you're our news guy, huh?
Not today.
It sounded like a reputable source. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It looks like they spent some money on it. They got an Animal Crossing tab. We're good.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, Chocolate. You want to go?
Yep.
You want to start?
I'm
the
on mute.
podcast? Okay. I gotta find my Twitch chat quick. All right. Here you go. Starting it in 3, 2, 1.
Once a month, you can win $25 by just going to twitch.tv/crossatlanticgaming. Join us. Win a gift card. Come say hello to us live in the show. Remember, that's twitch.tv/crossatlanticgaming. Take it away, Risky.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 112 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week, as always, are my co-hosts, Chocolate Bear.
Hello.
And the Moose.
What up? What up?
What up, everybody? Happy July 13th.
Whatever day it is. Oh, it's my grandma's birthday. Remind me to call her when we're done.
Happy birthday, Grandma Moose.
Down on the notes.
All right, before we get into the show, we do have a couple things. I'll start with the YouTube stuff that has come out recently to the channel. That's youtube.com/crossatlanticgaming. Chocolate put up a review of West of Dead.
Yes, I did.
A little bit of Ron Perlman in your life.
Oh, so good, that game. That game is so good.
And then this morning, or Monday morning, depending on when you're listening to this, I put up my first hour in Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we go over what we've been playing. But yeah, those are both up there. Make sure you go check them out. All right, Chocolate, we had a contest going on with Gleam.io that just finished up. Who took home the gold?
The gold. After wading through all the entrants, thank you. There were some beautiful pictures. No, I'm joking. There was no drawings. It was a gentleman in Greece called Nicholas. So thank you ever so much for joining. I did want a kind of a little photo and a pretend plaque of look what I won, but he politely told me no, he doesn't do that.
Thanks a lot, Nicholas.
He said, "Give me my stuff and leave me alone."
Basically, yeah. So he took $25 worth of PlayStation vouchers. So
there you go.
Guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does he know that he could have literally just like picked any photo off the internet and been like, yeah, that's me. Right there.
Totally.
You can use this photo.
Do you know
That's the best game is to catfish the bear.
I was going to say, the worst thing about it was after I got the code for him, he turned around and said, "Oh, can't you just PayPal me the money?" And I was like, yes, that would have been so much easier.
Well, hey, shout out to the man from Greece.
Yeah. Congrats, Nicholas.
I was going to say Chris, so I already forgot his name, and that was a whole 10 seconds ago.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you. All right, what else do we have going on? This hasn't happened in a while. We have a new patron. I don't know why I said it like that. I shouldn't have said it like that. But big shout out to OMG. It's Shopa, lifelong friend and gaming buddy. Yeah, thanks for the support. And he did it just in time for our VIP giveaway.
Yeah, buddy.
Should have some type of button with a bunch of
I was going to say,
Hype like hurricane horns.
hurricane horns. Oh, gee, why do I need them when I've got the
confetti?
the
Dude, I
goose
am a
that just
human
got
sound effect machine. Just
stepped
tell me
on?
what you want.
That sounded like a honking goose.
Yeah, I think your ears are off. That was 100% accurate.
Spot on hurricane horn. My bad.
Yeah. How many hurricanes you been in, Risky, up in upstate New York?
None. 0%.
Yeah, exactly. How you gonna know what they sound like?
The internet, I guess, taught me everything
Internet
I know.
lies, bro.
Literally, I went to Wikipedia.
All right, you got me.
Okay. So VIP episode. This is a mixture of patrons. This is a mixture of Twitch subs thrown into a pot. Actually, I'll show you where they were thrown in. If you're a live viewer, we went the extra mile this week, ladies and gentlemen. And if you check the screen, we've got a claw game that's going to pick a
Oh
ball.
yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me help.
Moose is out of the screen. Sorry, unfortunately.
Dang it.
We're
No,
covering
wrong
your
way.
Got cut
face.
to a claw game.
I'm so
Wow,
sorry.
that's it.
And for audio listeners, this is doing absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. But the winner of the VIP episode
Come
this
on,
week
blue balls. Come
is-
on, blue balls.
No
I'll
way.
click the blue ball. Here we go.
No.
There's even
It's
sound
not.
effects for it.
Get that blue ball.
Chestar.
Jetstar, the big red ball.
Chestar, the big red ball. Congratulations. Again, if you're not watching, you don't know why we're talking about balls or anything.
Yeah.
So
Hang on. Don't worry. I've
Sure you
clipped
do.
it.
It's our podcast.
I've clipped it. That's going to be going out.
all right, perfect. Check it out on Twitter at CAG Podcast. Shout out to Chestar and all of our supporters. No matter how you're doing it, you guys are the best.
Thank you.
Next VIP episode is now going to be a month away, so plenty of time. Get yourself entered. But with all that out of the way, guys, another week in gaming. What have we all been getting into? Chocolate, I'm going to start with you. This is
I knew
another
you would.
game. You knew I would? Well,
Yeah.
it's because you always have the most interesting sounding games I've never heard of. So let's start with
Thank you.
Jack and Jill DX. I know of an
Yes.
Adam Sandler movie called Jack and Jill, and it was not very good. So hopefully this game's a little better. Tell me. Uh-oh.
Well, obviously, let's be honest. I'm on my Ratalaika kicks at the moment. So, what can I say about this game? I'm just quickly looking at my notes because I have notes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I've got the notes. So, essentially, it is a side-scrolling platformer with one button, which is the jump. You cannot move yourself left. You cannot move yourself right. You just go. To move and to traverse the areas or the platforms, you are just bouncing off walls. So if you can think of, say, Snake, which probably the old Nokia game back in the 90s,
I'm familiar.
think if you bounce off the wall as opposed to dying, and as you bounce off the wall, that's the only way you can turn.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that really takes the challenge out of it if you're just playing a game like Snake, but you don't die when you hit the walls.
True. But then there comes in the kind of gaps in the platforms. You have spikes, you have enemies. You need to go save your lovely love of your life, Jill, or you can turn it around and you can be Jill and you can save Jack. You know, it's
There you go. Be whoever you want.
exactly save whoever you want to. You know, it's not a strong male character. It can be a strong female character. It doesn't matter.
Diversity. That's what we're all about.
That was the word I could not think of.
Don't be so close-minded, Bear. Doesn't have to be just male or female. There's all sorts of other things you could be.
Things.
Yes, there are other. I can't. Right, anyway, I'm far too old for this. Yeah. So there's those two characters. It's quite a good game. It's $3.99 at the moment on the Microsoft Store. It was something that was fun. It was easy. Would I say go buy it? No. If you come across it for free, definitely play it because it was quite enjoyable.
What kind of endorsement is that? You know, it's quite enjoyable. Definitely not worth $3, but
Well,
if you find it for free,
Yeah,
Do
if you
it.
find it laying in the street, pick it up and put it in your pocket. Don't just kick it down the road.
Yeah,
Got it.
just don't murder it. It's really hard. So for me, with some of these games, it's really hard to endorse them because one, I'm playing them for game score. Two, I do prefer my big AAA games. It was nice aesthetically. It looked nice. It was very black and white. Gave me the vibe of kind of Mario when you're up in the sky with the clouds. So it was
looking at
the
it,
color palette was
Yeah.
very kind of. It was nice. I played. What did I play last week? I can't even think what I played last week. So it was a nice change from last week's game. in
don't
terms of
remember
my
what
eyes.
last week's game was, but
Yeah,
it was quite different.
I need to stop talking about Ratalaika games. I will do next week. I promise.
Oh, you're
no
good.
Ratalaika games.
Just getting that gamer score and getting out. There you go.
I'm in and out like a ninja.
Uh, to be fair, it looks like Super Mario World in black and white, but you're a little blob
Yeah,
instead of a Mario brother.
exactly. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's something that you go and get. I mean, I was done within 30 minutes, and that was only probably because I was trying to, uh, like I said, catch all the achievements. There was a cool little mini game. So as you played the main story, there was like a mini game where you just had to jump over so many platforms in 1 minute, 60 seconds, to collect tickets. And as you collected all these tickets, you could go buy a hat. So there you could have like a little top hat or a little bowler hat. It was quite sweet.
All
So
right.
then you were a blob with a hat.
Yep, and then I uninstalled it and I was done.
Is Jill a blob with a
With a little,
hairpiece?
yeah, with a little bow in her hair.
Okay,
Like Miss Pac-Man.
Yep,
I
it's
Nice.
nailed it.
it's atypical of that kind of era. I think they've gone for that kind of retro style. On
Yeah.
a positive note, there will be a review of this game coming shortly, where I'll talk more in depth about it.
I would say
You
that'll
know
really
what we
help
should
us.
name this segment, Chocolate? The
Oh boy.
trash I play for gamer score.
Ooh.
I think that would probably be a better call, wouldn't it?
Then it's not so, personal as Chocolate hates games.
True, yeah.
That makes it seem like there's a reason this is all happening and not just
Exactly.
to hit your head against the wall for a few hours.
It's worth it for that 1,000 GS, right?
But, listen, as Rorka has taught me, you can play any kind of trash, and it's worth it as long as you get that 1000 G.
Still standing beside Manning or being the best 1,000 G best fun you'll have.
So I will pick it up. I want it on a sale. I'm not paying $30
Yeah,
for.
don't pay 40 for it. I did, but
Yeah.
it was still, I feel like I got a steal because it wasn't 60 or I guess 70 coming up here soon. Huh?
Yeah, I'm trying it. I'm waiting for my review copy, but they just will not give it to me.
They
When
hear you
you
talk
put
so much.
trash games on the internet, maybe you'll get some
Yeah,
more
I was
love.
just gonna say they're like, we probably shouldn't give this guy a review copy because every game that he's been given, he's just taking
Like
a
it's not
massive
great,
dump on.
but if somebody kicks it into your driveway, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I'm not very good at endorsing these, am I?
It's because you don't like him.
Sorry.
I think what do you
Hey, you're honest, dude. That's what the internet loves.
honesty,
It's-
best policy.
And a
Listen,
nicely tanned gentleman like yourself. Where have you
Look.
been?
I am the bear. That's it.
He's been out in the sun for like
It's been
all
out in the
summer.
garden.
Yeah.
Listen, I go in the sun for literally walking 5 minutes, and this is
It's
my
that Italian blood.
yeah.
So the chocolate has a tanning booth in his house too.
Up here is all
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all
Are you
pasty.
there?
Look at that farmer's tan.
Oh, you tanned with your t-shirt on? You weirdo.
Anyway,
Again,
we're talking
if you-
about games.
If you're an audio listener, you're missing out on
Yeah, just go check out the VOD. It's worth it.
or go to YouTube. Just it's good. We should just make a GIF of Chocolate rolling his sleeve up there and showing us his farmer stand. That's pretty good. Anyways, cool. So Jack and Jill, it's a video game. Is it worth your money? It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, buy the coffee. Don't skip the coffee. Buy the coffee.
All right,
Jesus.
let's talk about a game that is worth a couple cups of coffee. I screwed it up. Let's talk
There
about
you
a game
go.
that's worth a couple cups of coffee. Boom. I want to talk about a little bit of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I mentioned earlier that I did my first hour in it.
She's behind you. She's behind you.
Dude,
Yeah.
Chocolate,
That I will not be playing that game after watching an hour of it.
let me tell you, for a while when you were playing this game every week, you would talk about the audio and just how
Yeah.
creepy it was and how it was going to stick with you for a while. And the intro scene, you can't really do anything but look around, but you're in a canoe just going down a very scary river with people hanging up on spikes, and it's dark
Yeah.
and scary and awful, and you hear these voices in your head, and there's multiple of them, but the way they do the audio is so good that and you need a decent headset. I didn't play with my earbuds. I played with my actual gaming headset. But it literally feels like there's a lady over my left shoulder, in my room, about to tap. If somebody tapped me on the shoulder in that instance, I wouldn't have been that surprised. That's how good it sounds.
The way they've done this spatial audio awareness it's just mind blowing. That game gave me nightmares. And then my kids were also waking up. They were at the point where they wouldn't sleep through the night. So I didn't know whether it was the game, the
Or the
children.
actual kids.
Oh my, yeah, And then I was listening to podcasts, and people were taking the mick out of me, just berating me, saying, "Yeah, exactly." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" So I'm looking forward for the next Hellblade, but I'm also worried that I might need a diaper.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not like I'm not that far into it, so I haven't had too many like jump scares. I don't know if that's really going to be a thing eventually, but I think the main thing that they're doing with the audio is just off-putting and creepy enough that like I probably don't need to be jump scared at this point. But if they do hit me with it, like you said, gonna need a diaper. So a lot of the puzzles are pretty cool, different. They use essentially what I would say they're like portals or like gateways, where if you
Yeah.
look through them, you can see like a different reality kind of. Like there might be when you're not looking at the gate, you might see a wall and it's just like a completed brick wall, but then if you walk in front of this little like standalone gate thing and then you look through it, you can see like a hole in the wall. And then if you go through the gate, you're still in like the same world and realm. It's kind of hard to describe, but
It's like the upside down kind of in.
in Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good analogy. And so a lot of the puzzles, the first puzzle or the second puzzle I ran into, you kind of just have to line up these images, like because you've played it before, but you need to line up different images on the screen with the main image that you have in front of you, and you're gonna have to get to like a different vantage point or like do different things to do it. When you mix that in with using the portals or the gateways, it makes for some brutally tough puzzles, I think, at times. I had a couple times where I was just like, I don't know what to do here. And that's one thing I'll say is I'm easily frustrated by things being too difficult in games, just in general, whether it be puzzles or difficulty. Like the line between a challenge and it just being too much where I'm not having fun, like it's a pretty thin line for me. So that kind of got to me. So I had to Google one of the puzzles I was stuck on for like 20 minutes.
Did you manage to get to what felt like a castle?
Yeah, I think that's where the first boss was.
Yeah, so that puzzle there, I had to Google, and I believe you couldn't turn it. It felt like you couldn't turn whatever you needed to turn, but
Maybe
it
it
was
wasn't that one.
you had to stand in a certain position, and then it would turn, and then obviously open up the rest of the puzzle.
Right. So I mean, yeah, there's puzzle elements. There is some combat. Combat's pretty straightforward. You have like a light attack, a heavy attack, a parry, a dodge, but there's no type of prompts. That was one thing that was really jarring to me. Is that well, I was playing it on PC first of all, so I'm still not like super comfortable with it. So it doesn't give you like any. There's no HUD like at all in this game, which also makes it super immersive. So when you have that plus the audio, it's just you're there. Like it's weird, but at the combat, you just kind of need to know what you're doing. But as soon as you like do a perfect parry, so if they're swinging at you and you parry right at the like correct time, it kind of stuns them. And then if you start to slash, at least on the enemies that I was running into, if you start to slash at them, they kind of just get like locked up in a stun where they're just not going to attack you anymore. You're just going to keep slashing until they go away.
That changes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it even started to change when I was playing because it'll start to layer multiple enemies. And as far as I know, there's no way to lock on to like different targets, or I just couldn't figure it out. Do you remember?
Yeah, there is a way. I think there is.
There's a way to switch targets.
I can't remember how, but you lock on, so you'll focus fight, and then I believe you got to lock off, and
Okay, so that was
I
probably
can't
something.
remember the button.
Right. So again, that was me probably having to go in and actually look at the controls to try to figure that out. But another area where the audio is included and works super well is with the actual combat. So instead of like Assassin's Creed or a game like that where it'll put something above your head like quick, hit a button, or like you need to dodge or parry quick, what these voices in your head do is they go behind you or like on your left or something. So like you're basing your dodge on someone in your head against an enemy that might be like behind you. There's no way you're going to be able to see them without like a button prompt above your head, or like they did in this game with somebody literally telling you, hey, there's someone behind you, like you need to dodge quick.
It's I mean, that game, I think for me, is always going to stick with me. I think it's the best. It's not mechanically the best game ever, but what they do with the audio, the puzzles, the way it looked,
And
just
I
the
think
whole encompassed game.
Right, and the story seems interesting, like having Norse mythology just spewed all over it is pretty awesome when they're talking about Loki and Hela and all the gods and stuff, and you're actually to like cross the gate into wherever you have to fight two gods like right in the beginning of the game, and that's gonna progress you forward. So it's kind of cool dealing with that stuff as well. So it's got a lot of stuff going for it, but it is puzzles are tough, and it is a spooky little game, a little bit creepy. Moose, I don't know if you would love this one.
Nope. I'm not gonna have it. I may finish Control one day, but I'm not even going to start this game.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's
Are
what
you going to finish it, Risky?
I think I'm gonna finish it, but I'm not. I don't think I'll feel bad about looking up puzzles, because if it's a 10-hour game, I don't feel like making it a 20-hour game because I'm too dumb to figure some stuff out. So
I know where you're at there.
yeah, if I get through it, it's gonna be like 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes bashing my head against one puzzle, but I'm not gonna be afraid to go to the Googles to help me through it. It also looks really good too. Like Ninja Theory knocked it out of the park. Everything about it. And I think the voice actress for it actually won. Didn't she win an award at the Jeff Keighley's or something?
Oh, fuck. I cannot
No?
remember. You're
Okay.
lucky that I remember what I played this
Everybody
week.
went to Jeff Keighley's.
True. Yeah, but because
They were up against Call of Duty. I know they didn't win Best Audio. So
not best audio, but I think she won best like performance as a voice actor. And the funny thing is that
Nice.
she wasn't a trained voice actress at all. She was just someone that they had like fill in for the part while they were developing the game, and they just ended up sticking with her. So it was her first actual job, like first gig doing that, and
Oh, wow.
it's pretty good. At
Did
least
they
I'm
Gearbox her?
what?
Did they Gearbox her? You know how Gearbox is like, yeah, you could be in our game, but you're not getting any money or fame or anything like that. So
For her sake, I hope not.
yeah, right.
We'll see. But yeah, Hellblade, it's really good. I slept on it for a long time. But something I just saw it sitting in the Game Pass queue, and I was like, well, that's an option. It was between this one and A Plague's Tale, Innocent, whatever it's called.
The rat game.
The rat game, yep. They just seemed like two very story-driven, kind of like darker games. So ended up with Hellblade. Not disappointed so far. Yeah, it's good. Go check it out. Even if you just sit through the intro with a nice set of headphones on, like just to know what we're talking about as far as audio goes, or if you just don't want to go to sleep for a few nights, it's good. Go check it out
I totally recommend the game. Brilliant game.
for sure. All right, Moose, we're still trucking along in Trials of Mana. For some reason, I thought that you said you were done with this one.
No way.
Was I wrong? Okay, I was wrong.
And I may start over too.
Oh boy, why? What happened?
Well, I think I'm fine still because you can reset points. But then I was looking up like the best squads, and I guess I do have the best like all around squad, but I just don't really have a healer. So I need a lot of potions and stuff, and I don't know. It feels like I'm not doing it right.
Well, I mean, I would say if you're not having issues yet,
Yeah.
then it's
Well, I'm
probably
actually
okay.
at a boss fight right now where there's like 3 dumb like candy corn looking dudes that have boxing gloves, and I can't beat them. I can't even like put a dent into them with my
Okay.
3 characters, and like the AI in this game is really stupid. So they just go and kill themselves basically.
That's the teammate.
Yeah,
AI?
so you got to like constantly be switching back and forth between you and the other 2 characters so that nobody's health gets too low.
Sounds like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's very similar, but it's a super Japanese RPG though.
Oh yeah. Okay, fair. So are you're just kind of chugging along? Anything new happening? I know you haven't gotten a new class, right? Isn't that like the main point of each
All
story?
my
Is to
all
like
my
change him.
three characters have leveled up to their first evolution or whatever it is. So you have a choice between this one or that one, dark side or light side, essentially. But the next one I think is like level 38, and I think all my characters are like a level 28 or so. So I got some grinding to do. But I don't know, it's fun. You just run around and smash buttons, and now I'm starting to actually pay attention to like what abilities buff each other and try to, use chain abilities
Some
and stuff like that.
synergy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently the characters I have is I'm using Hawkeye, who is like the little thief
Yeah.
guy,
Yep.
and he uses daggers and he can use poison. Apparently, he like debuffs bad guys. And then I use Reese, who is like a, I don't know, green fairy lady,
Yep.
and she like buffs your party. And then I just use Duran as a tank because he's just a giant lion-headed man with big chest muscles that can, take on all foes.
Just that mane of hair that Duran has.
Dude, it's just a lion's mane. But then I was watching a video last night, and they have another character that looks super awesome too. He's just like a brawler, but he's got tiger stripes. So I may have to try that out again. I don't know how long the game is. I want to say it's like 30 or 40 hours long. So I got to be like halfway done with it at this point. I
It
don't know if I
can't
should start
be.
over.
I would say it can't be too long because can't you play obviously
Multi-
with different squads? Like you can go
Yeah,
through
yeah.
every person's story. It like at least two solid playthroughs with all six characters.
Right. There's three endings to the game, depending on who you choose in your party and who your main is.
Okay.
And then after that, once you beat the game with certain characters, it unlocks like another class for that character.
Okay.
So like the replayability, yeah, that's Duran right there over my face. So look at that head of lettuce he's got on him, man.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, it's fun. I think it's like $40. It came out this year. It's a remake of the Mana games back in like the late 80s, early 90s. It was like kind
Right.
of the beginning of Final Fantasy. So
Yeah.
um,
Wasn't one of them Final Fantasy Adventures or something like the.
it's like the Final Fantasy Adventure was like the third game. I think it was like what is the one that came out here? It wasn't Trials of Mana. It was Book of Mana, maybe.
I had no
I
idea.
think that's what it was. I
I'm
think it was
lost
Book of
here.
Mana, and then Trials of Mana was like the second one, but it only came out in Japan. And then the third one was the Final Fantasy Adventure, and then it started all the other ones from there.
Okay.
But those were all turn-based, and that's not for me.
Well, that's why I kind of thought that this was going to be like the perfect one for you, just with it being
Right.
more of like an ARPG and
Yeah,
not having to sit there and I don't know, just
exactly.
take your time and just I don't know.
I
Just
kind of
hacking and
wish I took my
slashing's
time though
better.
with all the dialogues and stuff, because I think it would have benefited me at this point. And that's another reason why I might just start it over. So
Well, I don't know, Moose. You're usually not there for the story, so
I know, but now I don't know. Like I
why
got
you're doing things?
yeah, I got half of my elemental stones, and I'm like, wait, when did I do this?
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
like, I think I'm halfway through the game of like the main quest line, you know?
and this is why I've started The Witcher over 19,000
Right.
different times because I booted up and I'm like, where
I did,
am I?
I
What
did unlock
happened?
like a fast travel yesterday, and it goes by the form of a giant turtle duck. So
Like it should.
yeah, it's like a giant green duck, and he wears a turtle shell on his back, and you just hop on there and you swim wherever you want to any island, and then go searching for your stones. So
Thanks a lot, Turtle Duck.
yeah, exactly. He's some sort of god or something. I don't know. Like I said, I just push A as fast as I can through the story parts.
So yeah, no reason to start it over. I don't think.
Nah, I'll get it done and then maybe play it again. But I have Ease 8 to finish. I got what's that other one? Um, the other one by Square that came out a couple of years ago.
I mean, I think just the two of them. That's enough
Right.
JRPG in your
That's
life.
but it's another good one, and it's turn-based. It's the only turn-based one I like. It's gosh,
By
what is it?
Square?
Yeah, came out just a couple of years ago on the Switch, and then they brought it to PC.
Oh, the one where it's like 8 different parties.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Octopath Traveler. You
Octopath.
nailed it,
That's it.
Phil.
8 part. Hey, we got there.
We got there.
That's all that counts.
So yeah, I got those to finish, and I got Pokemans. I got freaking Animal Crossing. So
So you're good.
yeah, I'll probably not start over. Thanks for talking me out of that one.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of games that'll suck up all your time that you definitely don't need to play, you guys care if I talk about Fallout 76 for a minute?
Yeah, because I'm having a hard time bringing myself into that game.
Okay. So,
Oh,
um, the one thing I'll say is that I was, and I don't know if this is because I've been playing, well, was playing way too much DayZ, but going from DayZ to this feels like a finely polished Fallout game.
It's an actually good game.
It's like I turn the stick and something happens, like a smooth animation from left to right. Um, but yeah, I don't. I think coming into Fallout 76 at this point in the game, it does wonders for it because someone like me who never played it those first couple years when everybody was just crapping on it and dumping on it the whole entire time, that's kind of missing that I think is a blessing for sure because when I hopped into it I was like I don't know why people hate this because it's literally like if you like Fallout games, this is just a Fallout game to play with your friends. Like
Right, a
I was,
new one.
yeah, a new one too, and I think it's just because they added that the Wastelanders DLC, which added all the NPCs and storylines and all of that stuff. And once that got added, I feel like that really just kicked it up a notch, like a few notches.
they've done something with the visuals as well. So I jumped in for maybe 5 minutes a few days ago, and it seems a lot brighter. Kind of things reflect off when you're looking at your Pit Boy. You have to angle it just right so you can see the whole of your Pit Boy.
So you don't have a
As a
glare.
Yeah, as opposed to kind of old Fallout 4 as well, where you would just press B and your Pit Boy would just about perfectly cover the screen just
Yeah.
as you need. Whereas this one, you do have to angle it so you can see everything. But I think that's because obviously the world is alive and moving round you.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. So, hopping into After Wastelanders like I did, it just I can't imagine what this game would be like without like these quest lines or NPCs to talk with. Like charisma was a stat before all this, where I think it would change your like barter prices and stuff like that. Which normally it's like it'll help you with conversations to maybe make somebody do something that they normally wouldn't. But if you have enough charisma, you can kind of just make them do something, if that makes sense. If you played a Fallout game, you know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I had a ton of fun. I was playing with Waterloo, Shopa, and Meg, and we were just running around for a few hours. The one night that we were all actually playing together, and I don't know, we had a ton of fun. It does kind of suffer from the Elder Scrolls thing that I don't know if I'm just not understanding something or what, but we were playing with Lou, who played a decent amount at launch. Uh, so he was super high leveled compared to us, and he didn't have the same quests as us. So it was kind of like we couldn't all link up on the same quest unless somebody just hopped into it with us, if that makes sense. Like instead of it popping up on their screen like, hey, this is your mission objective, as far as I could tell, they just had to be with you, like helping you beat stuff. And when you have somebody who's 10 levels above you, like Lou, he's just like one-shotting stuff. So that's kind of weird that it doesn't scale as far as I could tell. But I don't know. Overall, it like I said, it sounds like it plays like a Fallout game that you can play with your friends with some base building. And the base building, coming off of Fallout 4, where I did not enjoy doing it at all, when it's more of like a survival type game, and you can build the bases however you want and actually like fortify them and defend them with turrets and whatnot. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's good. If you haven't played Fallout 76 since it launched, or you've always kind of been on the fence, I think it's well worth giving it a shot. They also started the seasons thing, which kind of just gives everybody a little extra reason to do some quests or some of your daily objectives. That kind of stuff is because there are cosmetics and
Battle
things.
Pass, right?
Yeah, and it's free too, so that's cool. Um,
I don't know if I just don't like these type of games. Like, how long do you have to play it before it becomes fun?
I think it's who you're playing it with.
I
I
was
think
by
it's
myself, and I
yeah.
was talking to an NPC, and it was just a bunch of dialogue, and I was just like,
do you
meh.
like normal Fallout games?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever played one,
Oh,
and
okay.
like
Well,
I didn't really like. Here we go. Everybody's gonna send me all the hate mail. Didn't really like BioShock. Didn't really like. What else have I played that's similar to that? That one game that we all played last year. Uh, the one that was from the guys that made Fallout.
oh,
Vegas.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah, that
So
one, like I don't know.
so
Maybe
maybe
it's the
just
first person. I know you can be third person. It just something about these games feel like they just drag on to me.
okay. So just big. Well, okay. So how'd you get through The Witcher 3?
It was awesome.
All right.
That was easy.
I guess, but to me, it's like they're
I
two.
haven't found anybody to shoot or fight, or I just like just walking around. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And
I found that. So where I loaded my save from, I had no idea. Yes, you had the kind of the point of where you had to go to, but I was so far away from the story, so far removed. I was like, oh, this is garbage.
I mean, literally, as soon as you spawn in, you have like quest steps. Like, I don't think guidance should be an issue here because you literally the top right of your screen is, hey, go here, talk to this person. Like, it kind of. I don't know. I don't feel like you
I'll
should be
keep
wandering
giving it
around
a shot.
aimlessly.
I literally gave it 20 minutes the other night. I tried to join your game, and it just put me into a world, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go try crosscode instead.
Okay, so yeah, I think a huge part of this is definitely playing with the right people or playing with people in
Sure.
general. I don't know because when you get into the individual servers, they do have people just have like open parties, I guess, not like audio
Hmm.
parties, but just parties in game where you can join them. Um, so you can kind of be like playing with people or getting the benefits of other people because when you join a little squad thing you get bonuses depending on what kind of squad they've created. You can get bonuses for things like luck or endurance, and
Gotcha.
then also people can share cards because there's like perk cards.
Right. I,
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you like Fallout games, which I guess is tough for you to gauge, but
right.
for anyone listening or watching, if you like Fallout games and you want to try a multiplayer one with some friends, do it. It's free on Game Pass for PC and Xbox. Uh, and I don't know. I'm having a good time so far, and I think it, it has to be 1,000 times better than what it launched as because all the hate that it got, I don't see it at this point. But this is me coming into it after many, many updates. So if you're a day one person, may feel like you got the shaft, but right now, if you're coming in fresh, pretty good.
Or pay
Give
for
it
it.
10 hours.
What?
I said I'm gonna give it 10 hours.
That hey, that's a fair shake in my eyes. Just
Right.
make sure some of it is with me or with friends in general.
I'll try my best.
All right. Chocolate, let's go back to you. You're playing one of my favorite games that I got to play over the last couple of years, Mark of the Ninja.
My
It's a
God, this
hell of a
game is
stealth game, huh?
awesome. I suppose I was still feeling the ride from Katana Zero and thought I need another ninja game in my life. Picked up Mark of the Ninja, and oh my God, it is nothing like Katana Zero at all.
No, no.
Um, However, this game, okay, cards on the table. I'm not a stealthy type of person at all. I like running, gunning, making so much noise, it's ridiculous. Just ask my wife. After 2 beers, I'm rolling around the house.
Perfect.
Um, However, this game has, I don't know, it obviously it pushes you to try and go stealth. It gives you points for stealth kills. It gives you points for evading enemies. It also does something I haven't quite seen. Having, what would you say the graphics are? Kind of a fairly decent.
I
But I don't even want to say 32-bit, but
no, it's more than
it's
that. I don't know, just like it's a cartoony 2D. It's all 2D, and
yeah. Okay,
I
we'll
don't
get
even know what to
quite,
compare it to be honest.
but it's when the cutscenes come in and it gives you that very for me, it gave me like an anime cartoon feel. The cutscenes, they do go on a lot, but they are so good, and they want you. It makes you want to play this game even more. I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm trying to go through and evade enemies or go through vents. There's like three or four different kind of entry and exit points, isn't there, into a as you go into a level,
Yeah, and I
or a
think
room.
a big part of this, with you talking about usually going and running and gunning, I think this game does a really good job of making it so that is a very, very difficult option to take down levels. Like,
Yeah,
you are encouraged to do things stealthy, and there's a reason for it. Like, when
yeah,
you start
100.
pissing people off, I think you can take like one or two bullets, as far as I remember, and then you're donezo. So,
Oh yeah, totally. And it's I think in certain places it gives you the ability where there's one lone enemy, so you can kind of go and murder him in broad
yeah,
daylight
definitely.
as such. However, as you go, there's three or four enemies. I'm currently on a level which I've never seen before. There's guard dogs in there now. Now that
Oh
brings
yeah,
a
they're fun.
whole new can of worms into the mix because you can't go over the top. You can't take out the street lamp to make it dark because the dog all of a sudden wants to see what's happening, which then alerts the guard that's there.
That
It is really good.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, you can't not play this one stealth.
Yeah, and I would suggest if no one's played it, definitely pick it up. I believe I saw it. You can get it for Xbox as well. I'm playing it on the Switch.
Yeah, I beat it on
Um,
Switch. It's
yeah,
a, it's a good game on the Switch.
I'm
It works well.
hoping this weekend we're going away. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend. Um, but yeah, this game's just I,
It's
my
real
mind's
good.
blown how good it is.
Yeah, it's well because this was obviously it's Mark the Ninja remastered, and I had heard of the game, had never played it obviously, so it coming around in a remastered form let me experience that, and well worth it. I think. Did you play this one too, Moose?
No, I haven't played it. I've checked it out. I'm not. I'm like chocolate though. I'm not super good at stealth games. It took me like 3 years to beat Batman. So, but I'm getting better. Maybe it's time I check it out.
Oh, there you go. All right. I think that's all the new stuff we've been playing this week. Anybody have any of the usual suspects?
There was a fishing tournament over the weekend
Oh, in what?
in
Animal
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 Crossing.
Crossing. Okay.
Yeah, and you get a bunch of stupid crap from CJ. And
Could you swim down and just catch the fish with your hands?
no, it doesn't work that way. Like you either the fish you have to catch with a fishing rod, but the bubbles is what you can dive down and grab. So you can catch an octopus with your bare hands.
There you go.
Ooh.
Is that
So
can an octopus count in the fishing tournament?
nope, it counts as a diving toy or whatever. I don't know.
So, all right, it's a fishing tournament. I got that part.
Yep,
The fishing in this game super easy. Is there anything
yep.
difficult about this, or is this just like an RNG? Like, hopefully you pull the right one, or like, is there different baits involved, or anything, or
Nope. 3 minutes.
to just fish as much
Catch
as
as
you
many
can?
fish as you can, and if you catch over three, then you get a bonus of two more. So like if you catch
Okay,
three, he'll give you 5 points.
gotcha.
Okay.
But the most I ever caught was like maybe 7 or 8, and that was using fish bait.
All right,
So
cool.
it's not as easy as it sounds. And I think I got up to like, I don't know, maybe 70 or 80 points. I think to get all the prizes, you had to get 300 points. But I let my daughter start playing it, and then I got tasked with other things as soon as I put down the games. The tournament ended at 6 o'clock, and at like 6:15, I'm like, oh crap. I guess I'm done with my fishing tournament.
Yeah, it's over.
So, but there's one every season, I believe, because I got a stamp for the summer fishing tournament. So just gotta
Oh,
wait
okay,
till fall time now.
sweet.
Did you pick up your free rug in the Nintendo eShop?
I haven't yet, but I need to get in there and do that.
Yeah,
So,
with those with Nintendo Online, go to the online part of your Nintendo Switch, and then there should be a free rug. And I believe there's some free skins for what's the fighting game? Remind me.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, there's some sort of skin for Smash Bros on there as well.
Sweet.
There you
So if
go.
you got Nintendo Online, you got that, and there's also some other stuff coming up there.
Dope.
There may well be.
Are you? Is the nip game still strong, or are we out? Are we retired?
I didn't get any nips yesterday. I made about 1 million in the game last week, so it's just, I hooked Trey up with 1 million bells because his Switch blue screened on him. So, and
Ugh.
there's no cloud save for Animal Crossing. It's like literally to the Switch individually, the save is. So he had to start all over. So I figured, 1 million bells would be a good little housewarming gift to help him pay off that mortgage because you know how Tom Nook is. That guy does not wait for his money.
Yeah, I saw him post in Discord about how it had blue screen and he had to start all over, and I was like, "Well, dude, if we ever link up, you can take my whole entire island's worth of junk. It's
Yeah.
all yours."
Yeah, I took him a fruit tree of each type and then dropped 1 million bells on the island and took off.
That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, so I think he's doing well. I think he's gotten up to the terraforming stages, and like he's already passed me again. I haven't done any of that crap, dude. My island looks exactly the same as it did the day I started.
I never even got to the terraforming part, so that's how much I played.
Yeah, and then you spent money on it on top of that.
I did? Oh, because I
Yes.
actually paid for the game instead of game
Yeah,
sharing
'cause
it.
I had it. You were playing it on mine. That wasn't good enough. So then you bought it and played it for what, 46 hours maybe? And then not like actual hours, like total time period, but like 46 hours in his life and then put it away forever.
Yep. Perfect.
We're good at wasting money here at Cross Atlantic Gaming.
So we waste it so you don't have to.
That's right. We wade through the trash. But
Well,
Animal Crossing is not
I
trash.
was just gonna say I don't. I just have the attention span of a fly when it comes to games. So
It's an easy game to just mess with while your kids are doing crap, or even just throw it up on the dock and, have them play it, or, it's really easy to play that game with stuff going on.
I don't even know
And
where my dock is for my Switch. It used to be in
yeah,
the living room, and I last time I was down there, I did not remember seeing it. I wonder if it got
we're,
moved or
we're
fell
not.
behind it or something. Oh well. All right.
Yeah.
Good deal. Chocolate, you got anything going on? Any same old, same old?
So, yeah, same old, same old. Wait till next week though. I'll have something brand new and fresh for you.
Heck yeah. Well, once people hear the new games coming out this week, we'll have some stuff to talk about next week.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
I got a bunch of second places last week in Warzone, so that's fun.
That's not fun.
No, it's
Someone
terrible.
did someone tell you that second place in Warzone was fun? They
It's
lied.
the worst place.
It's literally the worst.
Loser.
When you get that far and you just can't close the deal, like nothing worse.
And like you have like there's no reason you shouldn't have won that. Like it was 2v1 and
Oh.
somehow they dropped both of us. And I don't know.
Feels bad, man.
Feels real bad, man.
Yep. All right, we good? We good with what we've been playing this week?
I suppose.
All right, cool. Let's check in with our Game Pass roulette for the month. We are currently playing Crosscode. It's a retro-inspired 2D action RPG set in the distant future. Crosscode combines 16-bit SNES-style graphics with butter-smooth physics, a fast-paced combat system, and engaging puzzle mechanics, served with a gripping sci-fi story.
Have you checked this one out yet, Chocolate?
No, it's on the box. It will be played this week.
All right,
And then we'll see.
just warning you. It's gonna take you hour and a half, 2 hours to get through all the tutorial stuff in the game before it actually becomes somewhat fun. But you just got to do it.
Well, that's not a great endorsement.
I know, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I think the beginning of the game is you're picking up a lot of story,
Right.
A lot of reading. So
A lot of game mechanics. There's a lot to it. So
get your old man reading glasses out. You're gonna need them.
yeah, 'cause there's no voiceovers in this whole game, but the music is super soothing.
It's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be going over that August 4th. It's gonna be episode 115. So plenty of time to still get it played.
And I think it's a 40-hour playthrough to just finish the main story, but the side quests and everything, it could be up to over your 100. Didn't you say that, Risky?
Yeah, something like that. There's a lot of game in there if you
Yeah.
want to dive into it. It seems like so.
Yeah. Literally, like, one out of every 3 or 4 people has an exclamation point over their head, and that means they have a mission for you.
I've got something. Come quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, all right, cool. That's Game Pass Roulette. If you want to turn in some feedback for it, join us on Discord. We have a Game Pass Roulette channel there. So throw your feedback in there, your questions, all that good stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
But anyways, next up, the news. All right, Moose, what is going on in the news this week?
Oh, there was some weird stuff, but
I like it.
let's start with Microsoft. Not so weird, but maybe they'll buy WB Games. This was some articles that popped up early last week, literally like the day the podcast dropped.
Of
And
course.
there hasn't really been a whole lot of information since then, but it would be an awesome, another horse in the stable for Xbox to have Batman, Harry Potter, what was the Shadow of Mordor games,
Yeah.
all that
Lord
stuff.
of the Rings. Yeah, that's
Lord
that's
of the
three
Rings.
huge
Exactly.
franchises. So
Yeah.
That would be
I
so
don't,
awesome if all those just came straight to Game Pass.
well, I don't know who would want to touch Harry Potter at the moment. She's the
oh,
author's not doing herself any
She's
favors.
disassociated herself with the game.
good. That's what we're looking for.
So at least that's what I heard, as of 2 weeks ago or something like that. She's got little to no involvement with the game.
That's good. I think it would be good for Microsoft to add a superhero series with
Yeah.
Sony signing Insomniac.
Spider-Man.
So
It
Yeah.
would be a nice little back and forth there, wouldn't it?
And Batman is an awesome game too. So
they're both fantastic. Like those
Yeah.
are the two top superhero franchises, in my opinion, as far as games
the
go.
other, yeah, I think the other front runners they were talking about was EA and man, I can't remember the other one now.
There
But
you go. EA dip their hands in Marvel, and then also,
just destroy those franchises as well.
hey, we'll see. We'll see whatever that game's gonna be pretty soon
Yeah.
here.
They had some redeeming qualities with Jedi Fallen Order, didn't they?
Sure did. And I don't. Didn't they say they're making a second one? So
Yeah, I think so. Well, they've got to now because they have a good game.
that right makes sense. They've made weirder decisions though, so who knows?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So up next there was the Nacon Connect. Did you guys watch this little? It was like 45-minute show.
No, I missed this.
Nope.
Okay. There's some weird stuff in here too. These are the guys that make WRC.
The track racing game,
Yeah,
like
the rally game,
rally game. Yeah.
and then a bunch of really dark stuff. So they had a bunch of trailers. A game called Werewolf: The Apocalypse, Earthblood, where it's basically it looks like a hack and slashing werewolf game, kind of like Devil May Cry, but at night or when during the full moon, you turn into a werewolf and Hulk out. Essentially, is what I saw in the video. So looks cool. I don't
Sounds
know.
intense.
Yeah. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is coming to, I don't know if it's PC or next generation. So a lot of these are kind of back and forth between next gen consoles and PC. So next thing was Steel Rising. This thing was weird, man. It was all about robots, but they look like humans. They actually look like ventriloquist dolls.
Oh, that's
And
Ooh.
yeah, it was
horrifying.
really creepy. So go ahead. It says King Louis the 15th Automata Army is terrorizing the citizens of Paris. Join the revolution as Aegis and fight against the reign of terror and try to change the course of history. So they basically went back, and this King Louis the 16th basically has developed a steampunk army, and it's going around killing everybody. It sounds super creepy.
Sounds all right.
It's like medieval times, but steampunk robots at the same time.
Bring your vat of acid, Moose.
Yeah, definitely. Couple vats of acid. Up next, they had a Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Looks like a vampire story-driven type game. Not for me. WRC 9 is going to come out next year. Actually, it's coming out September 3rd, and it's coming to all platforms. So they had a real pretty trailer of, racing through Kenya.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
I think I've ever seen a game there.
Right. It's Safari Rally Kenya was the gameplay that they showed.
Dope.
And then they had Rogue Lords, which I don't know, it looked kind of like Dauntless a little bit, demon hunting or type game. And then Rogue Book, which is like a card rogue-like game where you have two characters, but it's all played by cards, kind of like Gwent.
Okay.
So I kind of lost my interest there. And the other thing that they announced there was Xbox has a licensing agreement with them, so they're going to be working on peripherals for everything Microsoft and Xbox
I would say,
for
don't
this
they also
generation and next.
they also make they'd make like controllers and stuff, right?
Right. Controllers, headsets, all that kind of stuff.
So that the
So,
name sounded familiar when you
right.
were talking about the Connect, but
Yeah, I didn't know they made games either, but
yeah, I
yeah,
didn't.
they do.
Sweet. Some of them sound all right.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them. These will be like, B or C title type games, I think. 20, $30, hopefully.
Hey, that's games are really $70 next generation. We might need some of
Dude,
these
they already are. I looked in the
$30
shop.
heroes.
I looked in the Microsoft store, and like all the new games are 69.99.
No.
Huh. Well,
So
there's
I
no
don't
way
know
you
what.
get that tax. Do you think you get that tax if you're using an Xbox One? Like the
I don't
Xbox One
know.
X and not a Series X? Maybe they're all just that's what they
I
cost
think they
now.
just boosted all
Anyways,
the new game prices. They're just like, all right, NBA announced it. This
let's
one's gonna be
let's jack
$70
them
now.
up. Yep.
So, it's all right. We get $70 worth of entertainment out of most of these games.
Sometimes.
Sometimes more. So let's see what else we got. xCloud. There was a cool article last week about how it's been helping developers work from home. So obviously the dev kits are under lock and key at the facilities where the people work, and they're not able to get in there and work on them. So Xbox has been able to let them unlock the dev kits from their personal computers at home and continue work. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Just
Lit-
shows you, the future of cloud gaming. It's going to be, everything's going to be. They could make corrections or patches almost live. You know what I mean?
That's why I wonder if we'll ever get to hear some feedback from like. Do you think they're under NDA or for X amount of time? I'm sure, but
Right. The devs.
hearing how their projects were developed over xCloud or like just how well it worked for them while developing a game, I guess through it.
It would be, yeah, it'd be a huge marketing faux pas if Microsoft didn't take advantage of that. You know what I mean?
True.
Well, I'm wondering whether Major Nelson's doing his podcast again. It seems weekly, and he's talking to quite a few devs at the moment and mentioning about unlocking the power of the Series X as well as them working from home. And I
Right.
don't know whether that all of a sudden there's going to be possibly the big blowout come July 23rd, that it's
I've
all
heard
going to kind of
rumblings that they
encompass.
could just straight shadow drop the Xbox next week.
Oh,
Don't you mess with my heart, Moose.
Right?
Don't
It's
you
not
do
gonna
it.
happen, but I've heard rumors.
God, could you imagine?
Yeah, and give me. It's time to save up for a PlayStation.
That just gave me butterflies thinking about that, Moose. He did
I
it.
know, right? So don't quote me on that because I'm sure it's not going to happen.
I
But
won't,
wouldn't
don't
that be
worry.
so awesome?
It would be awesome.
Because Sony's trying to figure out price point and everything, and Xbox is just like, "Yep, this is $3.99, and you
Oh,
can get it right now."
Yeah, right. God,
Not happening.
no way.
So, um, let's see. Ninja started streaming on YouTube last week. Did you guys see that?
It was weird. It was
Yeah,
just
it's
like, oh,
streaming.
hey, Ninja's on YouTube. Like, what?
Yeah, but there's no exclusive deal. Nothing has been said to been in the works, I don't think. But there's got to be discussions going on behind closed doors, and he's going to make a crap ton of money regardless of where he goes, just from subs. So
That's the
yeah.
because people were talking about him going back to Twitch, but like the way he left Twitch and then they were
how they
putting
put
like
porn over his,
pornography on his
yeah,
channel right after he left, and like even
right,
just the fact that they kept his channel like live with other videos and stuff, it just I don't.
spit in his face type deal.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So I didn't think we'd hear any type of announcement about him going to Twitch. So YouTube obviously is a great option for him.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like the only other option, isn't it?
Facebook gaming.
Well,
What's
he's
that?
turned them down though, hasn't he? So
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I heard basically your demographic for if you go to Facebook gaming is the boomer generation, so I'm not sure how many people in that generation play video games, let alone watch other people play video games.
Or want to watch a pink haired man play their video games.
Loudmouth kid that just yells every time he gets killed.
Uh,
Sorry, I didn't say that about Ninja. In case you're listening, we love you.
yeah, right.
So yeah, yep, Ninja's moved on. Whoop, big deal, right?
He had to move somewhere
Yeah,
since they shut
he's not
down
going to
Mixer.
go away. So
No.
up next, Microsoft is encouraging all new game developers to include smart delivery, so not make the upgraded DLC kind of like it was last gen. You know, I remember paying $10 per copy of disc that I had to upgrade to the PlayStation 4 from the PlayStation 3. So it's still strictly up to the developers to make that decision. They haven't made any quote unquote rules that you can't do it yet, but they're strongly encouraging you not to, you know, make people pay per title. As you know, if you bought the title on one, it should carry over.
But also, like, isn't that not the easiest PR statement to put out in the world for
Yeah,
Microsoft? Like, hey, we want them to
yeah,
not
it's not
charge you
me, bro.
guys more. Be like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
of course, it's not gonna hurt you.
yeah. Well, and you know, 2K1 basically started it out at the gates with the what is it, the Mamba edition, Mamba Forever edition,
Yeah,
is the only one that'll cross over, and it's $100.
not
Testing the
great.
waters. Testing
Yeah,
the
How
waters.
much can we get away with before people start to get mad? Let's find out.
right. But people like literally people spend way more money on that game out of any of them. Like people just count on spending $100 just so they can get the coins. You know what I mean?
Right. That's probably the same with FIFA. You get that
Yeah,
Ultimate Edition, and look at all those packs.
yeah, I used to do that.
Pay to win, right there.
Exactly.
Listen, I was okay.
I've played with him. He's decent.
Oh,
So yeah, don't be dirty. Make people, you know, give people the upgrades. They're spending money on the hardware. You'll get your money.
I think Microsoft are trying to lay the groundwork for this. Family friendly is not the right word I'm looking for, but
Consumer friendly.
yeah, consumer friendly. Perfect.
Right.
They are. It is all about the consumer, as
Absolutely.
opposed. I was going to say as opposed to the profits, but that's rubbish. But they are laying this groundwork of they know that if you spend or if they look after you, you are going to spend a butt ton of money later on.
Well, if you buy a Series X, you already have Game Pass for 2 years, right?
Or do you?
So they've got you in, you know what I mean? So they're just trying to take care of their, you know, their subs and their clientele at this point and
Yeah.
keep the sub rate up.
Is that a thing?
I believe so. Like if you upgrade and use their monthly payment system,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
2 years of the Game Pass Ultimate is included in that.
you just got me really excited that when I bought my X, I was just gonna have 2 more years of Ultimate for free.
See, I think they should include it. I don't know why, you know, delaying the payments out
Why
over
that?
24 months. It's not like they're collecting interest or anything.
Well, I hope they stack because I am maxed out.
I think I'm up till 2022
I am
sometime.
real close to that as well.
So I'm good either way, but it would be a nice perk and it'd be a nice foothold above PlayStation if they would include that stuff for maybe even a year or 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
for
that's all
sure.
you got to do is get people hooked on it, just like Netflix did, 2 week trial, and then. But if you keep it for 6 months and then people are, you know, halfway through the Master Chief Collection, and it's going to cost you $60 to buy the game or $60 to keep it, plus three or 295 other games for the same amount, you might
Yeah,
as well just keep your sub.
you're probably gonna right. Probably gonna renew that sub pretty quick.
I think Xbox and Sony are playing two different games right now.
Oh, definitely.
We'll see who wins.
Yeah, well, I think they'll both win, but they're different games. So, I
And I'll
think
play both of them.
right. I think PlayStation's most definitely going to win the console sales war, but I think Xbox will, in the end, make more money.
Yeah, and I mean Microsoft's kind of you shooting yourself in the foot right off the bat by having all of your first party stuff available on PC for people. So it's like,
Mhm.
do I need an Xbox? No,
Or,
probably not.
them also coming out and saying you're not going to need to upgrade for at least 2 years because all this stuff will be available on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
So who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm just excited to see new stuff and play with new toys.
agreed.
So, anybody check out the old Devolver Digital Direct over the weekend?
Did I ever? I checked it
That
out
was weird.
today, but
Man, they do not give a, you know what I mean?
they my favorite part was because like I know these things have always been crazy and they've always had like those weird story elements, but when they started it, they were like previously on Devolver
Yeah,
Digital,
they covered
whatever,
like the last 5 years or whatever
gave
of
you a
them murdering
recap
their employees.
of everything, and half of it is just people getting like shot and tortured and like screaming and blood shooting everywhere. And you're like, what is happening? I thought I was
Yeah,
watching video games.
yeah, and there was what, I think 4 games in there.
Uh, yeah, because half their game announcements were just like jokes. Like
Right.
they did it Nintendo Direct style, like to it, like clearly ripping them off as like a joke. But it was something. Yeah, there was murder, like of real people, and there was games, and
There was
yeah,
massive pokes of fun, wasn't there? We're going to go with the hype train. It's all about the hype train, and then never release the game.
yep.
Right. But Fall Guys is coming out, and that game looks awesome.
Dude, I can't wait. It just sucks. It's only on PlayStation and PC though.
Yeah, but we got those.
We do, but
It'll come out to the Switch and hopefully Xbox at some point.
it's like the most fun battle royale you can possibly have.
Right.
Like,
It's the Wipeout Battle Royale.
it exactly. That's exactly what it is, and it looks so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait for that one.
Me either. And then they also showed a trailer for Shadow Warrior 3. Did you guys ever play any of these games? They look insane.
I didn't, but boy, let me tell you, this one got me interested because it
Right?
looks like a ton of fun.
Swords and machine guns and super fast motion attacks. And I don't know. It looks pretty cool and chaotic at the same time.
Yeah.
So, the other only game I think they showed was the Xbox game Carry On, and that game's scary. So,
Oh,
it's
that was
like you
weird.
look like an amoeba that it's like a 2D platformer, but instead of a person, you're an amoeba and you just try to eat everything in your path.
It looked like you were the
You guys
flood.
got it?
It reminds me of
Symbiote suit.
no, the end of not Limbo, but the one that came after it.
Inside? No.
Yeah, no, yeah, Inside.
Yes, that thing that came out.
Just
The
the meat blob that just
Yeah.
started wrecking shop. That's what Carry On reminds me of.
Yeah, that's your main character.
Yeah, it looks like a weird one, for sure. Didn't they also have was it Serious Sam 4?
Yep. You're right. Serious Sam 4.
Which that kind of just looks like they're trying to do Doom stuff, just not
Yeah, I
as
swear
good.
it was. Yeah, I swore it was Doom. That's exactly what it looked like. Was Doom.
Well,
So,
and also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. It just looks like
yeah, I
not
never
as good
played.
Doom.
Yeah, I never played Serious Sam 1 through 3, so I was just like, cool.
All right.
yeah,
So yeah, that was the Devolver Direct. If you want to see all the things they didn't talk about, which is basically just murder and offensive things and nothing to do with video games, check out the whole thing. It's like, I don't know, an hour long. Was that it?
Yeah, it was funny because they did bring up like Phil Spencer
Right.
and Jeff
Yeah, they brought
Keighley.
him
Like,
on to talk to the amoeba thing.
yeah, they it's a unique thing they do, but it's very well produced compared to some of the stuff that we've seen so
Right.
far.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
uh,
Well, it's even more produced than the first Xbox thing where everybody was in their kitchen or you know what I mean?
yeah, because it was all just pre-recorded. None of it was live, and
Right.
what? Or I guess you can talk about it next if you want. But the Nintendo Treehouse thing, like watching those people struggle with just being out of
Working home.
sync, and
Yeah.
like someone would start talking, and then someone would start talking over them, and then they'd be like 10 seconds, no one would be
Yeah.
talking, and then they'd be like, "Oh, sorry, what were you saying?" And it was just
Yeah,
like,
no, you go.
holy guys, you guys should have just pre-recorded something and put it out there. Because
yeah, it's a little bit like this podcast.
Well, since
Exactly.
you've already dipped the toe, let's talk about the Nintendo Treehouse Direct Live, whatever they're calling it. They change the name of these things every time they do one.
well, that's why I felt like they are different things because is the Treehouse the live version, but the directs are the pre-recorded
See,
things, and
see, I
that's the
think like the
difference.
treehouse is like the behind the scenes. They talk to the developers, and then the direct is just the short, the trailer version of everything, and they don't have a whole lot of voiceover or talking at all.
Okay, so yeah, I mean this thing, I
It's
guess
like the inside Xbox, I guess, of Nintendo.
yeah, except for this one only showed 2 games,
Right.
uh,
Well, yeah,
and one
and
of which
one
I
wasn't
had no
the game.
interest with
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. So let's see. They had Paper Mario. What is it called? Paper
The
Mario: The
Origami
Origami King.
King, yep.
Yep, which comes out Friday, I think. But Bear will tell us more about that later. They showed quite a bit of footage on that, correct?
Yeah, they did. They showed a lot. They showed a boss battle this time around, and the combat is super unique compared to really anything. It's like if you think of like a dartboard, how you have like the rings.
Yeah.
Your guy's kind of on the outside ring, and then you need to like guide a pathway for him to attack. Um, and
Huh.
there's certain like arrows on certain platforms, I guess, that will make him so like he has to take a left, and then he'll keep going left until he hits like a down arrow, and then he like goes towards the boss that way. It's nothing that I've seen before. I've also never played a Paper Mario game, so
Right. Me either.
but
This will be my first.
foray into it. I don't know. It looks really good if you're into the Paper Mario aesthetic, because that's exactly what it is. It's a
Yeah.
current generation
Cute.
of that.
Right. It's a cute game.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they kind of just played through a decent chunk of it. They showed some of the like standard battles where you're fighting like normal enemies, and that's where the rings are like smaller. The whole like the puzzle of fighting is just a little bit easier. But then
Mhm.
when they showed the boss battle, I was like, this isn't kid friendly. Like difficulty wise, it looked like there was actually like a decent amount of strategy that goes into the boss battles at least. And that definitely got me a little more excited because I didn't really know what the combat was going to look like. It's not like your typical Mario, like jump on a head and squish the mushroom kind of thing. So
So harder or easier than Rabbids versus Mario, or Mario versus Rabbids?
different. um,
Okay.
I, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe these boss fights are going to be a little tougher than the normal battles in Mario vs. Rabbids. Like just
Gotcha.
maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll check it out on Friday, huh?
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say the other game that they showed
Yeah,
was Bakugan, Champions of Vestroia. Uh,
I
I
heard
was
it's like Digimon or something.
yeah, so I was watching this live with I think Shine might have been watching it at the same time as me in Discord, and I was
Hmm.
like, "What is this?" And he was telling me that they're like toys, like in real life. A Bakugan is a toy that uh, you essentially have to like squish it into a ball, and then it fits inside of a ball, and then you roll it out over a card or something, and then it pops out of the ball. Like the actual toy does this, and Shine just said he hated them because his son couldn't put it like back into its ball form to like roll
So
it. So
yeah,
he'd constantly just be like, "Dad, can you fix this?" And he's like, "No, I'm done with this." And I mean, it's kind of what the game looks like. Like it just reminds me of like Pokemon or Digimon. Like there's
yeah,
90 Bakugan to collect, and then you battle them. Okay.
cool. Everybody's stoked for that one, right?
And that was I mentioned to him. I was like, "Well, do you think this is a Toys to Life thing? Like, do you think they can incorporate it?" And he was like, "Well, I don't think there's any way unless they are like retroactively adding chips to all of the toys you already own."
Right.
But this has nothing to do with. There's no Toys to Life thing. This is just a video game based on something that was toys to begin with. If you're into games like Pokemon, Digimon, those type of collectathon games,
Check it out.
sure, maybe. I don't know.
Watch the trailer at least.
Yeah, they showed a decent amount of gameplay. They showed what the battle system looks like. Yeah, I would check it out. Maybe it's your thing. Maybe it's not.
Cool. Yeah, so there's that. Bokugan. Lucky Ducks.
I guess.
Um, yeah. let's talk about Ubisoft real quick. We had
Yeah.
some new info last night that came on the Ubisoft Forward, and it started out with what was it? The Watch Dogs Legions, right?
Whoo boy. Yeah. Watch
Yeah,
Dogs
that game
Legion.
looks awesome.
The most mind blowing thing, we kind of talked about this game when it was first announced and whatnot, but the main like draw here for me is that you can assemble your team with anyone in the world, like in the game
Right.
world or whatever.
Millions, literally millions of different people that you could pick from.
And it sounds like each of them or certain ones of them are going to have like backstories or like their reasons they would be helping you out. You kind of like do an intro mission with them.
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
and just the amount of variety, because what they did is they showed like, all right, we need to do this, like this is the objective, this is how you would do it with these different characters. So they showed like a mechanic guy who had a
Hmm.
big wrench and could
Yeah.
summon like a drone thing that he could hop on to help him out. But then they also showed like what you could do is just have one of the bad guys join your team from
Right.
like the private militia or whatever, and then if you just walk through the front door with your credentials and you don't do anything strange or suspicious, you could get the mission done that way. Or then they showed it from like a drone, this lady who's like a drone master who was like unlocking doors and taking control of enemy drones and all this other stuff. And it's just insane to think about these
Right.
missions, the amount of ways you can tackle them with these characters that you've picked up throughout the world to like join your team. It seems super duper ambitious, and I hope
Right.
it.
Yeah. How much can they actually flesh out a million characters?
Right, and I think that's the question. Like I said, they're supposed to have like an intro mission
Yeah.
for each of them,
They call it
but
the origin mission
the
for
origin mission.
yeah.
But that seems absurd if they had to make one of those for every single person in this game that you can recruit. I don't know.
Didn't they say in the when it first started out that every person you saw with it
Yeah.
in game you could potentially
Recruit.
recruit?
Yep.
That is just nuts.
Right?
So you're
How?
not going to have grandma
Yeah,
model A that and then grandma model B is just going to have a different sweater or a different style of grey hair.
Right. And it's just like a generalization of a character. Like you have the drunk bar guy, and every drunk bar guy that you see plays the same role type deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it actually comes out. Because right now, in my head, it's like there's no way this game works the way that it's working in my head right now. So
Right.
we'll
We
see.
don't have to wait. We don't have to wait too long. Release date's October 29th
Yeah, right around the corner. It's
until it
crazy.
gets delayed.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm assuming they like if you're this close to the date,
Right.
you're probably good to go. Hopefully.
Exactly. So up next, they showed some open beta gameplay from Hyperscape. So this is that battle royale that you talked about last week, and it looks pretty freaking cool.
Looks
So good.
bonkers.
And the I believe the open beta on PC starts today, so that would be the 13th. So if you're listening to this any later than that, go get you some.
Yeah.
Just ready.
I definitely want to check it out. I'm just nervous that the demographic playing this game is very young and their hand-eye coordination is much better than mine. So until I
And they're
can,
toxic, and they'll send you messages that like you're trash.
yeah, exactly. Which can drown most of that out. But if I'm coming in 95th place every time, this game just might not be for me. But
Well, no, you could be the ghost. That's it.
that's
Oh
true.
yeah, that's
You could be
right.
the best ghost
I was
ever.
just thinking solo in my head, but yeah, if you're playing on a team, you can do. Yeah, I'm gonna be the best
Yeah.
ghost spirit
Saying
thing.
this game is made for me because that's all I do is
Well-
dance. Good call out, Moose. Well, I'm just
Yeah. They'd be like, "You're trash. You died straight away." Oh, great call out. We've just won the game.
I did it on
Thank you.
purpose so I could help my
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, that's my job. Meat
It-
shield, then ghost.
I think it's bringing a lot of new, like, if you're going to drop a battle royale game, this is what they needed to do. Like, it needed to be just completely bonkers and just different than any other option that you
Right.
have right now. Because, like, it maybe it doesn't need to be better. It just needs to be different. And I think that's what they're going for. So we'll
Right.
see.
And
I'm
you
definitely
can-
going to give it a shot.
From what it looked like, you can like res somebody back into the game from any dead body. Is that right?
Yeah, so it creates like a respawn point as soon as you kill somebody if you have a down teammate. So you finish off a squad, and there, pick your friend back up right there. So
It's a cool mechanic.
yeah, it's gonna be. I think this is just another thing you're gonna see where some part of this game you're gonna end up seeing in every other battle royale at some point. Like just as because
Right.
that's just what's been happening with every
Yeah.
one of these big successful ones that comes out. Is just something gets plucked from it to make all the other ones better. So we'll see if this has anything for that.
Adding the ping system to every battle royale game, from Apex.
Yeah,
Why didn't we
exactly.
think of that sooner?
Oh, definitely.
So, up next, they had a gameplay overview trailer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they did the gameplay as the girl character,
Yeah.
and it looks pretty cool. It gives me a lot of Witcher vibes for sure.
It. I don't know what my issue is, but after when they show all the like cinematic stuff, I get so pumped. Like that initial cinematic trailer they showed, uh, just had me freaking out. But then when they finally actually showed a bunch of gameplay, it's kind of in my head. It was just like, oh, all right. I mean, it's just more Assassin's Creed. Just it's Viking themed this time, and I think that kind of hit me harder than normal. So I wasn't like, oh my god, this is crazy. But when they showed things that were a little different than the other games, like the settlement building,
Right.
how you're like bringing back stuff to make your settlement better, like that was interesting to me. It's just
Yeah,
when I saw,
survival. Imagine that.
yeah, exactly. No, but I just when they showed him like or her fighting, just like it was like, all right. I mean, those could be anyone. Those could be anyone from Assassin's Creed games. That could be anyone skinned as a Viking. Like it's just kind of all right. We're doing more Assassin's Creed things, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just wasn't as excited as I thought I was going to be when I saw actual gameplay. Except for when they pulled out, they said you could use two shields, and the guy's just running up stairways, just like knocking people out with his two shields.
Yeah,
I
dude,
was
that
like,
was
all right,
so
that's kind of
awesome.
cool.
So I was trying to work out how does that work when they mentioned it, and then I saw the kind of they showed the footage, and I was like, okay, I could get on board with this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was sweet, and I think they're gonna try to make it more linear because I think Assassin's Creed Origins had quite a bit of side quests and other stories involved in it, and then Odyssey had that times 10, I would say. And I think people started complaining that there was just too much to do in
it's
the game.
way too
So,
much game.
yeah, they're trying to reel it back just a little bit.
Well, yeah, they did say this one was going to be a little smaller, so
Right.
we'll see.
So I think it'll be more linear and story driven. Not it's going to be a big open world, but I think it's going to kind of guide you through it.
It was cool seeing like they talked about like the rating system, how you kind of are just like going up the river, and then if you see a settlement, you can kind of pull off, rate them, and then they definitely wanted you to see that you could hit the tops of the houses with fire arrows to
Yeah.
light everything on fire. They did it
Sure,
like
just
6 times in a
burn
row.
the
I was like,
village.
oh, okay, we
So
can burn down
basically,
villages.
yeah, it seems like the only thing you can't do is maybe pillage, if I understand that term correctly.
You could do everything but the R word.
But the word
Yeah.
that comes before the pillage.
Yeah.
That one.
Did you notice how when they shot one of the arrows, you saw the crosshair come up, but not one person did the crosshair at the where they were shooting. It was always just above or just under.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Kind of like
to
bullet
deal
drop.
with the arc.
Oh, brilliant!
drop
Yeah,
rate.
which I thought was a nice touch.
What do you mean?
Obviously,
You don't want to hit people with a bow and arrow when you key in on their head from like
Like
200
a
yards out?
laser beam.
yeah, I
Like
wouldn't like
redhead online.
Exactly.
right.
You pull that thing back far enough, you can go
That's
300 yards without it dipping.
It's all about tension and physics, Bear.
Boom.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I'm still excited for it, but I also know that I still have Odyssey.
Yeah, dude. Would you do that?
I don't know, should I? Because I don't know if I'm gonna play Odyssey and then 2 months later play Valhalla and be
You'll still
excited
be
about it.
playing Odyssey in 2 months, dude.
Oh,
That game is
that's not
huge.
helping. That means I'm literally
know,
gonna be
but-
running from Odyssey into Valhalla.
I like just from what I've seen on this one, and I'm still stoked. I'm gonna get it day one, but I say if you had to choose between the two, I would play Odyssey,
Well, one of them's out and you've played it. Of course you're gonna say that.
and it's probably one of the best games I've played ever.
I was gonna say you also love it to death. So
Right.
All right. Yeah.
I might be biased. Who knows?
Maybe we're all a little.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Up next, what's his name? Dos Pollos Hermanos CEO himself made
Gus
a
Fring.
appearance. Yeah. So Far Cry 6 is a thing, and it's what coming out next year,
And that was
February
presumably
18th, 2021.
February. Yep. It's. I saw some. I don't know. I saw some people talking about it on Twitter how it's like, oh, there was no like big surprising moment at the end, and that was because the images or the video for the Far Cry 6 stuff had come out early. So it was like, well,
Right.
if you guys didn't know about that, seeing Gus Fring up there for a Far Cry 6 game and like how well that trailer is actually shot, I think people would have been super stoked. But it really did seem like, no new surprises because we literally did know about everything that was going to be there. But yeah, I'm always down with a good Far Cry game.
Right.
I've played 3, 4, 5. I didn't play
Primal or whatever it is.
I didn't play Primal because that just seemed too far off the beaten path. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people crap on the game because like, yeah, go to this tower, search it, and you'll unlock some new areas you can go search. But like, I kind of love climbing towers in Far Cry to activate spaces. So
It's that's literally what Maneater is. Instead of towers, they're coves, and you like dive down in their tunnels underneath the ocean that you unlock, and it's like fast travel points after you unlock them.
you're getting closer and closer to selling me, and you know it. You're
It
you're
is
right
Far
there.
Cry. Apex Predator edition. I'm telling you. So, yeah, Far Cry 6 looks awesome. It's going to have a really in-depth story, like they all do. And Gus Fring is going to be the bad guy. Giancarlo Esposito is the actor's name.
I knew he had a real name.
Gus. Yeah.
Didn't know what it was.
And then before that, they showed this Tom Clancy's Elite Squad,
Oh yeah,
and it was like, what's his name? It's from Splinter Cell.
Sam Fisher.
Yeah, and the bad guy from Ghost
Wildlands?
Recon Wildlands. Yeah, it just had like all the main characters from all the, Rainbow Six games, all that stuff. And it looks like it's like a hero shooter type game.
It's a mobile game.
Oh, well, screw that.
It's so I'm pretty sure this is their spin on like
Brawlhalla, right? It's like Smash or something like that, kind of.
no, dude, this is like
Is this Fortnite?
no. It's like turn-based, like on two different sides of the screen.
Oh, like
in-
Clash Royale.
Kind of, yeah. It's like okay, picture a street, and then there's some like debris where you could like take cover. One team's gonna be coming from one side of the street, the other team's coming from the other. But the characters you're using are just all gonna be like from Tom Clancy franchises. So like in that trailer, you also saw two people from Rainbow Six Siege as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
even-
guy with the shield. I don't know the
GG
name
or
either.
Gigi, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
And then girl with the bulletproof vest.
Yep. So this is a mobile game. They announced this like a year or two ago, but barely had anything to say about it. And again, they barely had anything to say about it except for, hey, if you pre-register right now, you'll get a cool gun. So obviously, I pre-registered it, but
Yeah, it just says it's a free-to-play RPG shooter.
yeah, I don't know, I'll
So
let
is
you
this
guys
like
know
your,
because I'll definitely try it.
Is
You
this
look
like
so
Strike
happy.
Force? Is that what this is?
Well, that's what I'm not sure about. It definitely seems like that type of game, like a
Right.
gotcha game where open the loot box and maybe you'll get a 5 red star Sam Fisher or something. So we'll see.
So yeah, and at the beginning of the little show, they had to obviously put something up because Ubisoft's kind of under some fire right now for sexual harassment and misconduct. And the CEO, who stepped down this week? The
Oh, wasn't it the creative director
yeah, head of creative, yeah,
for Valhalla or something?
for everything. No,
Oh.
like they had somebody just stepped down today or yesterday.
Oh, someone else was being.
Everybody's being naughty and it's all coming out.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically this just goes back to our mantra of just be a good person.
Don't
and
be
a
shitty and things
douchebag.
will be okay.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm glad that, Ubisoft is exposing these people and getting them out of there and doing what they need to do to make it a safe environment for everybody.
Clean shop. Make sure everybody's nice. And give me my
That's
video
right.
games on time. Let's go.
Hashtag no douchebags.
That's perfect.
What else we got? The last thing I have is everybody listening right now can
Oh,
go get Watch Dogs 2 for free on your PC. All you have to do, the easiest thing to do is just Google get Watch Dogs 2 for free
always.
because it's a link. There's a link that you have to go to. It's a specific one, and it's easier just to find one of those articles and click the link there. But all you have to do is log in from your Ubisoft account, and it'll show up in your library.
Sweet.
So, because I know that they were doing the kind of like the mixer rewards that Xbox used to do, and they were giving it to everybody that was watching the stream from their logged in Ubisoft account. But apparently, there was something technical that screwed it up, so now they're just giving it away to anybody.
Everyone. I mean, you could probably grab that game for like $4.99 on a sale right now, but
Or you could grab it for free 99
I
on Ubisoft's website.
thank you for that. Uh, I played through a decent chunk of Watch Dogs 2. It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun
Yeah,
for free.
I want to
So
check it out. It takes place in Silicon Valley, right?
yeah, it's definitely like
A gamer
Isn't
type
it?
game.
the Bay Area is what it reminds me of,
Yeah.
like San Fran. And
So,
there's lots of fun to be had.
and I'm sure there's tons of breaking news that's dropping right now because that's usually what happens about an hour after we finish the show. All sorts of stuff breaks loose. So
We'll tell you about it
get that
next week.
No
Exactly.
doubt. And that's the news. Here's your paper, Robert.
Oh my god, that was loud.
So loud.
If you just crush that thing maybe like behind your head and then throw it, you'll be golden.
Oh, I can't do anything right.
All right, Bear, it's your turn to do something right. What games are coming out this week?
Right, so 14th of July, we have Neon Abyss, and that's on all platforms. Really good game. I highly recommend it. I may be playing it early.
You may be getting paid to advertise it right now. Is that what you said?
Well, talk of which, we do have an affiliate link which I can drop at the show notes. Um, we also have Rocket Arena, and that's coming out on the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. This, I am surprised, Death Stranding is out on the PC.
Yep.
Yep. There is also Halo 3 on the PC. I have just lost where I am. Give me a second. On the 15th of July. Oh, who put this in?
I did.
Oops.
Oops. Yeah. So what I read is it's a mixture between Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon, maybe.
Oh, God, this is going to touch me in my ooplets.
It's
Right.
it's like a farming game with some collection elements for sure.
Well,
Right. And I think it might be coming to Game Pass. So
whoop, whoop. That's coming out on the Xbox and PC. We have on the 17th of July Drake Hollow for the Xbox. If you want to see what Drake Hollow is, we do have a My First Hour, which Risky did 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Yeah, I
couple weeks ago.
pumped for this. This is a good day of video games right here.
This isn't the Trash Barge game, is it?
No, that's called the Raft.
Okay.
This is the Fortnite Save the World mode.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Then next up, Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation. And then also, we've spoken about it already, Paper Mario, the Origami King. Coming out on the Switch.
Look at that. I got an Xbox game to play, I got a PlayStation game to play, and a Switch game to play. Yay.
It's like your birthday.
It's like my birthday. I can't wait. That's 3 games I am legitimately excited to play. So, no way. Oh, and Megan works this weekend. It's going to be a good one, boys.
Here comes the garbage monster.
Here he comes. I can't wait.
Have you had
Chocolate
my-
plus or minus showers for Risky this weekend. I'm gonna say
I reckon
one.
I was just going to say one. I will go minus. I'll go
Alright,
with the under.
Yeah.
I'll
If I
take
were
the
a
under
bet
all
man,
day.
I'd say under also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
hang
sure.
on. What time are we saying he's going to be showering? Because he's definitely going to be showering Monday morning.
Yeah, he's showering Monday morning, but he's not showering since Friday morning.
I will shower Friday morning before work. I will shower Monday morning before work.
And he'll smell like Hot Pockets the rest of the weekend.
Boom. Count it.
So on Nintendo Online, there's a few games coming out. I think I've missed a few. There's Donkey Kong Country.
Hmm.
There is also Natsuma Championship Wrestling. And there's a couple of others that I wrote down and we've seemed to have lost. But there's a few on the SNES and there's a few coming out on the normal Nintendo. I think there was about 5 games in total that are all available on your Nintendo Online account if you have one.
I'm usually not genuinely surprised by things on our show notes, but I did not see Donkey Kong Country down here, and now you just
Yeah,
gave me a pleasant surprise. That is what a good game.
right. It's an SNES game, and it looks like it belongs on like the Wii.
Yeah, for sure. That's good stuff for free
Oh,
if you're a subscriber, which it's $20 a year. Why wouldn't you be?
right.
I would pay $20 to play Donkey Kong the original on my Switch, and I
I
guess
pay
that's what I did.
$20 a year so my wife can play Tetris.
Look at that.
Literally, I don't do anything else with it online.
All right, Chocolate. Is that it?
That's all your games.
All right.
Till next week.
Let's plug this thing up. Streamerlinks.com/CAG podcast has links to each and every single thing I'm about to talk about. Join us on Discord. Discord is where we all hang out, chat daily. We have channels for Game Pass. We have an announcement channel where you can see anything new and noteworthy that would be popping up with the community. All that fun stuff. Make sure you rate us on Apple Podcasts if you're over there. Give us that sweet, sweet 5-star review. You know that's how we like it. Also, if you want to get in on next month's VIP episode, you can do that 2 ways. Patreon.com/CAG podcast. Get yourself entered there. And then if you sub on twitch.tv/CrossAtlantic Gaming, you get the old 2-for-1. Sub in both places. Get yourself a free entry into the drawing.
That's right.
And,
Just a friendly reminder, I just had to redo my sub today. So if anybody has not redone their sub, it's probably about time.
if you're a Twitch Prime person, that's the one unfortunate thing is that it doesn't renew for you. You got to do it yourself. So here's your reminder for the month. Right after we already gave somebody the
Yeah, I'll be
reward.
better on the timing of that. Apologies.
All good.
I'll tell you on the last week's show next time.
There you go. And then each and every episode, we obviously want to shout out our top tier contributors. Chaotic for month number 4,561 million billion in a row.
He's pretty much owns the podcast at this point.
Yeah. The whole direction of the show is actually up to him at this point. So anything you don't like, send it his way. No, please don't actually do that. That was a terrible thing to say.
And if you want a controlling interest in the podcast, it only costs you $26 a month.
Oh, that's awful.
Hilarious.
If you want to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, we are at CAG Podcast. And then last but not least, if you need to reach out via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm at Risky the Kid everywhere. Chocolate, how about you?
Chocolate about 80 everywhere.
And Moose.
Moosenstein, 8314, all places.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
See ya.
Later.
What kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
Sneakers.
Shit.
I think you've done that one before.
You know, it's getting tough. It's getting tough out here.
Got the best one. What is a maths teacher's favourite sum?
I don't know.
Summer.
You sure that wasn't supposed to say season?
No, their favourite
What?
sum.
Some favorite
Summer.
sum is some. Yeah, okay, sure.
Is Moose on mute?
Where's Moose? Has he been talking on mute this whole time?
Yep.
Yes, I have. So what's the difference between ice cream and sorbet?
I don't know.
About $3.
Fair. That is true statement right there.
Right?
Okay, this is for our Scottish friends. What do you call 6 weeks of rain in Scotland?
I don't know.
Summer.
All right. Yep. Yep. I got my one joke ruined, so I'm done. Sorry. I now
Well,
know how it feels, and I don't love it.
Ha ha ha.
all right. This one may have to get cut out, but we're going with it anyways.
Oh Jesus! I've got to put this on YouTube. Please don't.
Time stamp it.
An old man walked into an ice cream parlor and pulled himself gently, painfully up onto a stool. After catching his breath, he ordered a banana split. The waitress asked kindly, "Crushed nuts?" "No," he replied. "Arthritis."
Hey, no, that was more PG-13 than I thought it was gonna be. I approve. That's good.
Okay.
That's all I got for ice cream jokes this week, boys.
I've got my last one. What did the pig say at the beach on a hot summer's day?
Oink.
Oink.
No, I'm bacon.
I'm bacon. Good one, Bear. You can go home now.
I like it when people in chat are responding to the questions, but because it's so delayed.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes later. Nailed it.
You did. You nailed it. Oi.
Oh.
Oi.
All right.
Oi.
I need to go feed a family, I suppose.
All right. Twitch people, thanks for tuning in live each and every week. Love you guys.
See ya.
I'm going to put up this
Take
end
care,
card
guys.
for you, Chocolate.
Oh yeah, please.
Goodbye, friends.
Here comes Risky's real name.
No.